welcome to another episode of Epicenter, where we feature tech leaders and industry influencers who are shaping today's digital economy. I'm here with Dr. Lu Gang, or Gang Lu, or as I would like to call you, Gang 博士, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to the Epicenter. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm feeling, very good and very excited, after so many years. And I couldn't remember last time, when's last time we met while in China, right?
I think in 2017, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yes. Well,
It's been a long time.
It's like 5-6 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
Meeting you today is like seeing an old friend, 老朋友, right?
Yeah, seriously. It's I also typically after 3 years pandemic, my first trip, after the pandemic to Bangkok. It's so great to see you here. And thanks, big set for having me here.
Oh, well,
very excited.
I'm so excited to see you. And I'm sure the audience is pretty curious. Who is Gang 博士, right? Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your history and how you founded TechNode.
Okay, so basically, long story short, I'm the founder of TechNode. So basically, TechNode is the tech media. Actually, it started as my personal blog long time ago when I was doing my PhD back in UK. That was 2007. So because actually my background is nothing to do with media. I was not journalist at all. My PhD actually is my major in computer science.
Oh.
My thesis for PhD is called ad hoc network. It sounds very strange, but anyway, because I think the reason I started my personal blog and writing about technology is just because I love technology, because I love computer science. So when I started, I didn't think that much. So basically, I was thinking because I want to write about technology. I want to write about the people I met, the founders, and tell them the stories I heard or I see. So I think how everything started. But on the other side, when I started, it's quite interesting. I was also inspired by TechCrunch. Think about like 2006, 2007. That's how TechCrunch. That's still in the era of Web 2.0. At that time, there's so many Web 2.0 startups, just kick off. So I think TechCrunch have a very good coverage on all startups from Silicon Valley. I was so inspired by the new ideas every day. Then I found, maybe the personal blog like TechCrunch could be very valuable, to people like me. So at times say, why there no kind of tech blog or tech blog to tell story about China? I'm from China. I'm Chinese and I'm majoring technology. So I think, maybe I could be the one, just for fun, for my hobby, just to write about what's really happened in China. What I mean, really happened because honestly, I think that time, I think still till now, there's still not that much of English media talking about Chinese technology on the daily basis. Well, 10 years ago, almost none. Now we see more and more, but most of them only focus on big guys, Baidu, BAT, or maybe Douyin, TikTok. So I say, maybe I can just do a little thing and just tell people what's the kind of from different angle, from China angle, from technology geek angle, what's happening there. I think that's how everything started. But that started as a hobby, but until around 2012, I decided to kind of move on and to turn my hobby into my career. I think around 2012, I set up company, then TechNode from a personal blog, then become a true kind of tech media. So I've been running that for 10 years, right?
So what was that moment for you when you knew that you had to change it from actually being a blog to being a full-on tech media company? Was there something Was there a catalyst for you? Was there something that made you say, hey, there's something here. I have a chance to be the voice of China outside of China in the tech space?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of reasons. I think maybe the biggest reason then, after because I think from 2007 until 2012, because it's my hobby, I just, write anytime I want. But, after like 5 years of writing on my blog, I realized I really love to talk to like startup founders or VCs. I really love to write about the like latest technologies. And I also kind of realize because because I have nothing to do as a journalist, I have no background. Actually, that make my writing kind of different from all the professional writers because I write from kind of techie angle, not really a journalist angle, and then some people can like that. It's kind of I realize it's all my passion about to do like tech media or to do a kind of independent tech blogger. And I think that's a major thing. Well, then the secondly, I think around 2012, I think I really saw that times the Chinese tech industry really took off around that time because around time, if you remember, that's like when we talk about 3G, and I think we really have like a mobile internet. I think once we have like 3G, we see like an Alipay or WeChat payments started kicking off. Then we really see like the kind of ecosystem in China became mature than ever. So I do think we were going to see more and more startups like Silicon Valley. So basically, I saw that there's going to be enough content we can write about. The second one, the third one, but also it's very crucial as well because then I have a very good friend, also my mentor, and he came to me to say, "Hey, why not do that as your career? I can become your seed investor, and you take your money, and then do your company." So I was so happy because I never imagined someone will give me some a little amount of money and just and to pay me to kind of to allow me to write a blog without any distractions. So yeah,
that's almost like a founder's dream, right? To get paid to do something you love.
Yeah, it is. But of course, when you decided, you become. I think before when you decided to turn your hobby, I think the moment you were happy, but 1 month, 2 months after, you realize, oh, actually, the dream is not that.
It's a job now.
Yeah, it's a job. I think it's a big difference, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of dream job, but still, it's a job.
Well, we have to. At least you're doing something that you're passionate about, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned 2012, and I see that as if I also look back at the history of China and from that period onwards, one, you have probably one of the first mobile economies that emerge, right? Two, you have available funding. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of money inside of China, and three, you also have a lot of engineers in the China market, right?
Yes.
So these three things happen all at the same time. And if you look at, for example, mobile internet, right? No country really have an advantage over anyone else or a significant advantage. Or they don't have for example, mining industry. If you don't have gold in the ground, then you cannot be in the gold industry, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so if you don't have oil, you cannot be in oil. But in this industry, there's no clear advantage for anyone. So everyone start almost on the same level. And, this is where China, I feel, was the moment for it, not only inside of China, but also to go global.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I made the decision, because I think everything is about to ready that time. But then basically people say, oh, because we have all the kind of factors, we all have all the type players in the ecosystem. But what we were missing that time is we also need something like TechCrunch, kind of to contribute to the ecosystem, to help all startups to get more exposures. I think that kind of made me, to to do this kind of forever.
What are there specific companies that you helped, or specific verticals that you helped to, let's call it globalize or glocalize themselves in the global arena? Because I think what happens in China is very difficult for people outside of China to see, right? There's a language barrier, there's access to information, but because you've been so focused on helping Chinese company on the global arena, what are some of the things that, trends that you are seeing even now that you think are very interesting that China is bringing to the world?
Yeah, I think there are, probably this is something we are quite proud of. Is I think we kind of help a lot of companies, Chinese companies, to kind of going abroad. Because even if you look at the kind of English tech media landscape, still there's not that much of English media talk about China like
Right.
every day. We've been doing that for 10 years. So I think there's a lot. But of course, the kind of landscape is very, very different compared with 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, when we talk about like Chinese company going abroad, is normally, I think most of the company, they are like a mobile gaming company, right? All the apps. But now is, I think the sector is very diverse. We have mobile apps, mobile games. We also have like almost all the industry, EV, IoT. So it's become more and more complicated. But I think that's the really that we see the trend. But I think we see more and more companies going outside China. I think the first thing they need more, basically the English world to really recognize them and to understand their value, their technology. So they need the kind of English coverage, like us. Yeah.
And we've seen kind of a shift from almost 10 years ago to now of the strong players. Like you mentioned earlier, we have BAT, right? Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent, right? Today, that landscape seems to be, I think they're still there, but there's much more bigger tech companies in there.
Yeah. We have what we call like ATM.
ATM?
Yeah, Alibaba or TikTok.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody think Meituan.
Meituan.
Yeah.
And what are some of the companies that you see that are doing interesting things that are inside of China that they're taking it global now? You mentioned EV, for example.
Yeah, EV. I think to me, the EV industry, the China really taking the lead. At least in terms of like number of EV company, EV manufacturer, and also the ecosystem, the battery, like all the components basically, and to do with EV cars, we are really taking the lead. But I think we know many of them. Like every time we talk to them, like almost everybody, is telling me they are looking at a global market, especially of course Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big trend here. But also like e-commerce, right? Shein is huge, outside China.
Yes.
But maybe if you ask the Chinese, like normal internet, users, probably they know nothing about Shein.
Yeah.
It's huge outside China, right?
So Shein doesn't really exist inside of China.
Well, compared with how strong the outside China,
Yes.
it's really tiny exposure in China.
That's so interesting because everyone would, well, probably not many people know that Shein is from China, right?
Yeah.
And secondly, most people probably don't know that Shein is actually a global brand much more than it is a China brand, right?
Yeah. Yes. I think there are quite a few examples like Shein as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I know you've just been on the streets of Bangkok for a couple of days or in Thailand. How does it make you feel when you see BYD cars driving around on the road, probably more than Tesla already?
Yeah. Actually, when we, here, actually, I see a big advertisement, a big screen.
Yes.
I was surprised. It's a BYD advertisement.
Yes.
It's amazing. I think, imagine maybe 5 years, it used to be only like Huawei or the mobile phones.
Yes.
They take all the advertisement screen. But now, BYD, it's an amazing change.
Yeah. It's very remarkable because I remember, just in May, I was in Shenzhen, and going into Shenzhen, I just, like, my mouth was open because I'm used to Shenzhen, having many old cars there, old taxis, and, it was kind of different than it is now, like very quiet streets. Most of the cars, I would say probably 70% being electric vehicle. And I just couldn't believe the speed of transformation.
Yeah, it is. And actually, I was in Seoul, Korea, like 2 weeks ago. I think Korea used to be very strong and in the car sector as well. But I was surprised. If you look at the street, I think not that much of EV cars in Korea. But as you said, in China, what happened in past 5 years is it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're here now you also focus on Southeast Asia economy, right? Looking at helping Chinese companies in the Southeast Asia economy. What are some of the trends that you are observing that you think, for Chinese companies in the Southeast Asia region?
Yeah, I think the reason we started focusing more on Southeast Asia, I think at the very beginning, is just simply because when we talk about like Chinese company going abroad, I think Southeast Asia become one of the most important market that they are looking at, and also I think even before pandemic we came to Southeast Asia a lot. Then I think to me I really think Southeast Asia market is like maybe 10 years like the market in China like 10 years ago. So which means I really feel like the kind of the pattern or what happened in China will happen in South Asia, but maybe even faster. So by saying that, we see I think because the culture is similar, and also there's so many like Chinese living in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So I think the kind of the business model succeed in China might succeed in South Asia as well, and also some technologies including like AI or even like EV. I think the China they're getting strong at. I think all the technology can be applied to the market here as well. So I think that's why we think it's really worthwhile to spend more effort here and to link between Chinese tech ecosystem with the Southeast Asia tech ecosystems. But of course, we also want for TechNode, we also want to kind of replicate what we've been doing in China to here as well, like to build, hopefully we can build a local ecosystems, not only to help Chinese company here, but we can also help the local companies, to know each other better.
How about, what's your view on the other way around? for example, because you're covering Chinese tech going outside of China. What do you think are the potential for non-Chinese companies, companies from the international market going into China? Do you see this as, is there opportunities there? And what would be the best way for foreign companies to look at China in that respect?
I think there's still possibility there, but of course, I think it's tough and for like foreign companies to exit Chinese market. I think if you look at the kind of landscape now, I think it's really, really different. I don't know if it's kind of sad to say that. Is right now we really see the Chinese tech ecosystems is very different from the rest of the world. It's kind of decoupling. It's really happened. I think just take me as an example. Right? You know, as I said, I kind of inspired by TechCrunch,
right,
which means it's like the Chinese tech industry is inspired by Silicon Valley for a long, long times.
Right.
Like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, the Chinese companies like copy almost everything from Silicon Valley, right? Twitter, blah, blah, all everything. Then I think I brought TechCrunch to China like 2013. I think that times, every times, I think that time, I think there's, everybody in the tech industry in China, they want to know what's happening in Silicon Valley, right? You kind of to get inspired, or they can also copy idea, whatever. But we feel there are lots of connections between China and US, like Silicon Valley. That's the kind of market we are looking at every day. Why? Because we think that could be, there are lots of kind of opportunity there. But now, if you ask the Chinese, even me, I don't really know what's the hottest startup in Silicon Valley anymore. And the question, actually, the question is, it doesn't really matter anymore. Who's the number one startup in Silicon Valley? Why? Because I'm not saying the startup in Silicon Valley, the quality is getting less, not that good as before anymore. I'm not saying because the ecosystem is totally different. What work in Silicon Valley or in like US market is, I think most likely it doesn't work in China anymore. We are talking about different social media, different payment system, different infrastructure. Everything is so different.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that the only bubble we are looking at that is the AI, because open AI. The rest, I think we are living two different like tech world.
Right.
I think that's kind of biggest change. And back to the question, I think that's make it very difficult for like foreign companies to enter the Chinese market. But the reason I see is still possibility is I think now China is moving from what I call market-driven industry to technology-driven, which means I think China has been very, very successful because of population, right? That's why you see so many companies, they are benefit from the population in China. But only speaking, they don't really have like high-tech technology themselves. They just have built their very interesting, like China favor business model, and giving the population that made the company huge. But now I think we are moving from next level is, if you look at the VC, they're all we are all looking at, do you have the technologies kind of stand out in the market? I think that become the key in China. Then I think that's why I think there's still the market for foreign company, if they have the technology, right? No matter it's AI or it's batteries or healthcare, there's still market for that for China. I think that's there's still possibilities still open for that. But if you have just something, I don't have technology, but I only have a business model, I think just forget about it.
Yeah. So do you think it's even viable for foreign companies to say, okay, I want to go into China and I should look to go by myself or look to find a partner in the China market versus how fast China can innovate around things that they're seeing that, and maybe even the business model that they have is outside of China won't even be relevant inside of China?
Yeah. I think China, when we talk about AI, is why AI has become so kind of popular and in China because I think China may be kind of the heaven for AI, for the application for AI applications instead of only like research only because the market is so open. So you have technology. Maybe it's difficult to monetize your technology outside China, but maybe in China, maybe it's easier.
You mentioned AI twice already, so I want to touch on this a little bit more because this seems to be the most interesting topic that people want to talk about right now and hear. What's happening in AI from a regulation standpoint inside of China, and what are Chinese companies doing in AI that you think are going to be an emerging trend on the global market?
I think on the regulation part, I don't have that much to say, but basically, I think the Chinese we kind of have different definition of the privacy, and so I think that make we see so many AI applications in China compared with outside China. Like we can use face recognition, all the some people think it's sensitive or private to do with privacy, but it's working well in China. So and because of that, so I think AI is really impact all industry in China. Not like the company we see maybe some like big AI what we the kind of an instructor company like since time like they build everything for different industries using their technology. But we also see some kind of startups, they're using the AI technology, but only focus on one vertical industry. They use AI. With another company, they use AI to help on the drug discovery. So they're working all those big names in the healthcare industry and help them to basically to make the drug discovery more faster and more efficient. We have like AI companies. We have many, quite a few, like autonomous driving technology companies.
Like Baidu Ernie, right?
Yeah. Well, it's quite a few, and even we have in top of OpenAI the like what they call a large language scale. I think I read the article saying in China we have more than 30 or 40 large language model companies working on that, including all the big guys and also some like unicorns. So it's a big wave in China now.
Any trend that you see that is, kind of AI built products or products that have incorporated AI to be a new generation of an existing product category?
I don't see like kind of one kick-ass application yet.
Okay.
But what I can feel is impact on all industry. The like customer service, like everything. As I said, the maybe all the apps we are using, like all the apps, all the company behind all the apps, they are telling you, they have some AI technology behind it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I think it's coming soon. Or
it's easy to put say AI in everything because no one knows or doesn't know if there's
help
AI.
on fundraising, that's for
right,
sure.
Good for fundraising. I think some interesting things that I saw recently, especially in the gaming world, is how they are incorporating AI into some of the way that they are customizing the gameplay. Some of the characters, how they build different characters based on personal preferences and things like that. Another area that I see in that it seems to be emerging out of China actually is they call it like short story app, where these are short stories that are actually generated by AI, written by AI, and even designed by AI, and they're quite. I haven't seen one yet, but last month when I was at China Joy, a lot of people were talking about that, which is kind of funny because China Joy is a gaming conference, but everyone is talking about these short story apps. So that's kind of cool too.
Yeah. I think AI maybe it could be the become that could be the first mass market for AI is like entertainment, right? Like the video stuff. They're going to have a huge impact on.
Yeah, I think it's always in that respect. Like for the way that the internet is built is on gaming, right?
Yeah,
the backbone.
Yeah.
Of technology, because once you have core technology that is built on gaming, then you can scale into other verticals.
Yeah, it's really for like all the the new generation of internet users. They are all like video fancy users.
Yeah, excellent. And coming back to TechNode and what you're building, right? What do you see as some of the initiatives that you are doing to help connect the Chinese tech world to the international arena? What are some of the things that you are doing, within your company? Because it's now been 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Surely you're thinking of some other platform or ways to engage with people.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's. I think as I mentioned, for TechNode, we've been working many years, trying to become the bridge between China and the rest of the world. So I think what we learn from kind of this journey is that still we are doing that every day, but still you look at the Chinese tech companies, we see more and more like very good tech companies from China, and they're looking at the global stage, but still their story is not that well recognized by the global industry. Of course, it's the reason. The few reasons for that maybe it's because the Chinese company they don't know how to tell a story in the favor of English media, like it, and also there are some companies maybe they've been running in China for many years, but for English world they have zero knowledge are about this company. So it's quite interesting when we see so many companies that are so good in China, but they are facing the English media. If they tell the story too beautiful, nobody can believe that because it's a liar, right? But if
maybe written by AI.
Yeah. If it's like they will try to keep the low key, then nobody care about it. So I think that's what we saw. But then we started looking at Southeast Asia market as well. Then we kind of realized it might be the same. There might be some like same situation and happen to Southeast Asia based, tech company as well. They are doing great job here, but still looking at the global stage, I think still they need more or kind of better kind of treatment in the global stage as well. So I think that's why in past like 3 years we are trying to build what we call Beyond Expo, which is held in Macau. So basically the idea is that we want to build something like CES, but instead of in Las Vegas, we want to do that in Macau. So hopefully it can be at least our platform for Asian tech companies to have a gathering every year. Of course, we to kind of enhance the interactivity between the Asian country as well. I think for now, we see more and more kind of connection between China and Southeast Asia, and also what happened between Japan. I see like Japanese firm or Japanese company that are also interested in South Asia, and same to Korea as well. And we also see more kind of talking between Middle East with Asia, with China, South Asia as well. So I think I think for Asian industry, we definitely need more collaborations. Then we need one platform, but there's no CES for Asia. So that's something what we want to build. But of course, if we can build something there, I'm sure they're definitely going to help the collaboration or partnership between Asia with American market and European market as well. So that's kind of the new goal we are trying to achieve.
And so is this the post-COVID in-person initiative from TechNode?
Yes, it has to be in person. I think we are kind of bored with virtual meeting.
I think so. I think there's such an appetite still for people to go to different places and meet people from different industries, right? And where does this Beyond take place?
It's in Macau. So for next year, we just done this year. Though next year will be May 23rd to 25th of May in Macau.
Oh. Mark your calendars, everybody.
Yeah, please do. It must be fun.
We'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And so, this is quite a lot of things that we've covered over the past time right now, and I want to maybe ask you a couple questions which are on the rapid fire round.
Okay.
Are you interested in that?
Hopefully, I can make it.
Yeah. So I'm curious. What is your favorite Chinese-made app?
Chinese-made. Wow. I would say I don't know. It's everybody knows that it's called Lock.
I'm sure everyone knows it.
Yeah. Okay. I think the reason I love Lock, of course, because I'm using that every day for work, but for me is probably I'm not sure it's the only one, but the only apps I found the Chinese app is very user friendly, even for international users. I think we try, some other apps, TikTok, or that's the exception, right? I mean, for this type of app for work, there are many Chinese apps that have English version. But as you know, most of them, they are not that user friendly for international. It's still English, just the interface translated.
Right.
But for Lock, I realized it's an international app. It's good for everyone to use.
And do you have a favorite international app?
It could be. Well, it's a boring answer. Twitter, LinkedIn, but. But yeah, I think I said, back in China, unfortunately, I don't have that much of an international app I can use or I need to use every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you spent some time living in the UK when you were studying your PhD for computer science?
Yeah, I was in the UK for 8 years.
What do you miss about the UK besides the rain?
Besides the rain? Yeah. Actually, I love the weather. The summer weather. I would say, the weather definitely. I love the summer weather. But what I miss because maybe I think that's the good old time. I miss the life there because that time is is still I'm still young. I don't worry about that much and almost everything. It's just enjoy your young time. So yeah.
Is there a badass tech entrepreneur or business leader that you met in your 10 years of interviewing or covering people that you think are helping to shape the future of the world?
Maybe two. I don't know. I think the number one, of course, like Elon Musk,
Yes.
right? Because he's working on, first of all, he's working on everything, but the big difference, like everything he's working on is like a kick-ass, like it's the nobody dream, nobody can even able to dream they can do, but he's doing everything. The space, underground, everything. It's so amazing. And the second one is the founder of OpenAI, Sam. I think I met him a long time ago when he was the CEO of Y Combinator.
Ah.
Yeah, I did an interview. But so I just cannot imagine. He was such a great guy, and maybe he's doing something amazing as well. So yeah, these two.
Who is the China equivalent?
China equivalent compared with them?
Yeah, who is one person coming out of China that
I don't think that anyone can match that, right? So because as I said, I'm like I feel I'm geek inside. So maybe some people like Jack Ma, maybe somebody some other tech leader in China, but because I love technology, like the Elon Musk and Sam, they are really like a techie guy. They trying hard to use the technology to disrupt the world, to change the world. But in China, I don't see anyone like them. Yeah.
So you believe over let's say the next 5 to 10 years, those are the two tech leaders to watch and see what they're building, or is there somebody up and coming that you think is going to help change the world?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, AI and also like space technology. I think that's the two biggest sectors. They could change the human beings in new future. But of course, hopefully, I would say hopefully there will be someone from China or from Asia can match them. Hopefully.
Yeah, we hope so. We need to put more people from Asia on the map, right?
Yes, definitely. Yes, I'm sure there are lots of talents, but they just need more platform.
Yes.
To really stand out.
Yeah, this has been really really great to get these insights from you on TechNode, about China, cross-border, about the opportunities or lack of opportunities for foreign companies inside of China, and just to hear some of the stuff you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Gang 博士.
谢谢. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.